Hello and welcome to Critical Cousins and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's 2017 now, so
Aren't we all happy?
We'll see. I don't think less celebrities are gonna die, sadly enough. Anyway, so on a happier note though, that means it's our top 10 of 2016. It's our favorite movies of last year. So these are, this is not our personal top 10 list, these are our top 10 movies that we reviewed last year. We'll also do a personal top 10, just our favorites that maybe we didn't review, most of which we didn't review, but these are the top 10 movies we actually reviewed.
And we only reviewed 10, so don't think that number 10 is a prestigious spot, it is the lowest spot. This is the worst movie we reviewed. You know what it is if you saw it.
Oh yeah. It's fine. It worked out very perfectly. We saw exactly 10 movies. It's perfect for a list. So, there you go. So, without further ado, number 10, Suicide Squad.
It's our longest review.
It is, because it was our angriest. This movie physically hurt me to watch. I think you could say the same.
Yeah, I am a less happy general person. Like, there's a level of happiness I can no longer reach because I saw this film.
I agree. I think there is, like, a piece of you is taken out when you see this movie. It's so bad. I saw, like, they're selling the DVDs now at Target and stuff. There's no way. There's no way it's gonna do well. I'm sorry. Even hardcore DC fans aren't gonna want to watch that over and over. Like, come on. No, that movie sucked. If you want to hear more about it, watch the review. I'm sick of talking about it.
The less you think about it, the less it can hurt you.
Exactly. Bad performances, bad writing, bad directing, bad...
racism.
Literally everything. Yeah, racism, misogyny. It's bad. It's a bad movie. On the nose soundtrack, just too much dumb to even begin. Yeah, that's number 10. Number 9.
Batman vs. Superman.
Which actually I have sort of fond memories of. Mainly because I've forgotten about the hour and a half of boringness and just focused on the hour of just pure silly, dumb entertainment, which would be Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes!
Leaving around jars of pee, oh my gosh, he's so crazy in this movie. It's so funny. There's this, it's a dumb movie, again, dumb, badly written, badly acted, but there's just something about it.
Definitely one of the best comedies of this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nothing happens for almost the entire movie, which is almost impressive.
It is a little impressive.
It's something kind of impressive. It's sort of a feat of bad filmmaking. It's a movie you can watch with your friends and laugh at it, whereas Suicide Squad is a movie that
where you can just cry.
You just groan and cry. It's just a bummer.
The weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Suicide Squad is actual hell. So... yeah, no big shock there either. Number 9, Batman vs. Superman. There's not a whole lot more to say. I haven't seen it again since we saw it. I never will. I don't plan on it. Unless I'm with some friends.
And it's like bad movie night.
Yeah, it's bad movie night. Yeah, you gotta be in a certain state of mind to watch that movie and enjoy it. And luckily, we found the humor in the situation.
We sure did.
The number 8. This is where it starts getting a little forgettable. Speaking of forgettable. This is, people are gonna hate us for this. Number 8 is Rogue One. Not a bad movie.
We're at the point where the movies are at least pretty good.
They're at least okay, yeah. I thought Rogue One was a thoroughly average movie. Some really well executed action, some well directed action, but with characters that I wasn't invested in. So
there wasn't enough time to love the characters.
No, and even in the time they were given, they just made them frown and sad, and it was just gray, and it was kind of miserable. And I get that that's what they were going for. They wanted to make a war movie or whatever.
Star Wars is about fun.
Yeah, I applaud them for trying to do something different. It just didn't work. But most people really liked it.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know.
There were parts I enjoyed.
I don't know if it came across in the review. I actually really liked it.
That definitely did not come across in the review, so this is a good time to say that. Yeah.
I admit there are a lot of problems with it, but when I was watching it, I was enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, I don't even know.
I will say you're more of a Star Wars guy than I. Like, you
Yes.
can even find the saving grace in some of the prequels, which
Yes.
is insane to me.
I can watch the prequels and enjoy myself, maybe? I can quote The Phantom Menace like no other.
Okay, to be fair, that movie is very quotable.
It's
but
so bad.
Pure bad quotes, yeah.
This is tense.
Oh, God. This is tense might be the worst one. There's so much bad. Rogue One is a Star Wars prequel. It's not as bad as those, obviously.
It's easily the best Star Wars prequel.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not a hard benchmark.
No, not at all. Yeah, it was a movie. We saw it. It really made little to no impact on me. Tarkin looked like he was in the Uncanny Valley. It was creepy. Yeah. For me, it was a real mixed bag.
I agree that it was a mixed bag, but I was more positive on the mixed.
That's true. That is true. Alright, moving on. Number 7 would be Fantastic Beasts.
So literally, 8 and 7 were like
the movies we were hyping up the most.
The two movies we were most excited to see, with one exception that we'll get to later.
Yes, yeah. Fantastic Beasts, we're going to find them, was a Harry Potter movie. And here's what I will say, though. Here's what I don't think I said earlier. I don't think it really came across as Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is exactly the same quality as a lot of the other Harry Potter movies. The Harry Potter movies themselves aren't that good, but it's being in that universe, and it's really well casted. Because it has those things, because it has certain elements, those movies really work. And I think Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them pretty much does the same thing, with a few spots in it that feel really messy. There's a couple scenes where it's like, well, I don't even know what's going on. And it was tonally all over the place. There's some really, really dark, scary stuff, and some really, really silly stuff. And it's sort of a weird imbalance.
It was still fun.
Yes.
But it needed a couple rewrites.
Yeah, it wasn't boring. I was never bored.
No.
There were parts in Rogue One where it really dragged for me, where I was kind of bored. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I think, was consistently entertaining. I didn't care about Newt Scamander, unfortunately.
I just like this is like a controversial thing. I don't really like Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
And that's like a weird thing.
I guess it is. Like I happen to know a couple people that really don't like him, but I also know some people who adore him.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, I guess he's a love or hate kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily say I hate him. I think he's a good actor.
I think he can be a good actor. I just think that he isn't a lot of the time.
He does weird things with his face. I don't know. There's something weird going on with his face.
That's... You know,
sorry, Eddie
Feel
Redmayne.
free to like Eddie Redmayne.
Of course, of course. And none of these are...
He seems like a really nice guy, though.
Yes, he does. I liked his video on being a proud Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
That was fun. He could clearly have fun. He comes off as Mr. Dramatic, as sort of pretentious, but he is likable in real life.
Yeah.
It seems like. Made a weird face the whole time in Fantastic Beasts, though. Just, Jacob and Queenie, highlights of the movie.
Yep.
They were great.
They're the reason to go see it.
Absolutely. Johnny Depp.
Why?
Moving on. Number 6. Doctor Strange. This is a really enjoyable Marvel movie. And it's actually a really entertaining movie.
Honestly, I haven't had this much fun at a Marvel movie since Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's been a little while, yeah. Because
like
I think Civil War had certain high points,
but I don't think that it was as consistent. For me,
it
at
was
least,
not as
it was not as consistently.
It was definitely not as consistent.
Consistently anything.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Um.
In its inconsistencies, though, there were like highlights within it. Like, so we never reviewed Civil War, but yeah, I don't know. The parts that are sad actually like hit me, like which never happens with Marvel movies. I was like, oh, boo hoo. Like, this is actually a time where it was like Kevin and Iron Man are fighting, and it actually like hurt like to watch. It was actually kind of intense. There's a lot of dumb stuff in it. The villain is boring, even though it's Daniel Bruhl, who's a really good actor. But whatever. The best part again is all the superheroes fighting.
The airport scene,
easily, obviously, and Spider-Man. He's the best Spider-Man. He's great.
I really liked Spider-Man and Black Panther.
He was really cool.
I'm excited for both of them to get movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Those are gonna be rad. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Look forward to that review. I'm sure we'll review it.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange was really entertaining. Benedict Cumberbatch did a good job of being Dr. House, but
complete with mostly American accent.
Yeah, exactly. Complete with passable but not really American accent. If you actually know who the actor is, anybody who knew who Hugh Laurie was before watching House, like, but like, people who didn't know who he was were like, he's British. Like, so there you go. It's sort of one of those things.
It's the same thing with like seeing Andrew Garfield in.
Oh, it's Spider-Man, and then
or like The Social Network. And it's like, wait a minute, he's British?
He's British? Yeah, he got me with that. Christian Bale I knew was British, but I didn't know how British he was. Like, when he talks in interviews, he sounds like a Cockney cartoon character. Christian Bale. I'm like, what? That's
Christian
ridiculous.
Bale
That's not your real voice.
The best real accent ever.
Anyway. Benedict Cumberbatch does a great job. Everybody does a really good job. Even like
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams, like, even though her character is super underwritten, like, she brought a lot to the role.
Yeah.
She was funny. She was probably one of the funniest characters in the movie, which nobody saw coming, I imagine. Mads Mikkelsen, you can never go wrong with Mads Mikkelsen.
You should cast him in every movie.
Just in every movie, like Rogue One did, and then barely use him. Sorry. But anyway...
Tilda Swinton was awesome.
Oh, always awesome. Sheila Wonderford was awesome. They were all awesome. It was super entertaining. One of the best superhero like climaxes I've ever seen in any movie. That was a really great...
There are some awesome moments.
Best way to defeat a villain.
Best way to defeat a villain.
Oh, ever. It's so good. Creative, fun. I look forward to more Marvel movies like that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Number 5 is Finding Dory.
Finding Dory.
We had a really hard time with this one at number 4.
Yes. Yeah. So Finding Dory, it's a Pixar movie. So
it sure is.
So it's strong story structure, some good humor. It's obviously more humorous, I would say, than Finding Nemo. Probably it's more of a straight up comedy.
Yeah, it's a little more focused on funny.
Mm-hmm. I thought the British seals are really funny. I didn't get to do a review. I didn't see it when they reviewed it, as you saw.
He finally saw it, like, literally a couple weeks ago.
But no, there were definitely, like, highlights again. I really like Dory's parents. It's sweet, it's lovable. Dory is a good character. It's not a movie I would watch over and over again.
No,
it's sort of there. It feels like it's a little more for littler kids.
I feel like it is a little less geared towards the whole family, a little bit more geared towards the kids.
Yeah, Finding Nemo
is like
that's something
the
for
ultimate
everybody.
family movie.
Yeah, it really does have something for everybody. Whereas, Finding Dory feels a little more geared towards kids, but it's funny and it has some good jokes for the adults. Sigourney Weaver.
I was hoping that we would get an actual cameo from like a Pixarized Sigourney Weaver.
An animated Sigourney Weaver playing herself, like Ray Liotta in B Movie. That would be something. I don't know. It was a fun movie. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Sort of. I don't know. It was a good time. Yeah.
All right, number 4 is Moana.
Moana. Away. We overall agree that Moana should be above Finding Dory because even though story-wise it's actually pretty weak, it's way more memorable.
It's way more memorable.
The songs are so good and the characters, even though not all of them work, you do remember them again.
Yes.
It is...
Not everything works all the time, but it's memorable regardless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got some really, really great visuals.
It's beautiful.
It's really beautiful. Not all the jokes land. I still hate that tweeting joke. There's still,
we need a director's cut that literally takes out.
So this is the one fix. But Moana is a good character. Grandma is a great character.
Yes.
Love the grandma. What's his name?
Maui.
Yeah, Maui has his moments. He's not always great, but obviously The Rock was a good choice, and he's got a great song.
It's a great song.
Yeah. Again, as you already know, the highlight for me is
the music,
the songs. Yeah, I like Jermaine's cameo.
What a weird.
That's still one of the most bizarre things
to ever happen in a film.
It almost makes me wonder if they intended that for David Bowie, because it is such a Bowie vibe.
That's interesting.
But at the same time, I feel like it's a little. This is kind of ironic because he's in Labyrinth, but it feels a little too silly for Bowie. It felt more appropriate for Jermaine to be doing it with his funny Bowie impression.
Yeah.
For some reason that fit more. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah. Overall.
A good movie.
It was a good movie. It's kind of a mess, story, screenplay wise, but it's entertaining and it makes you feel things, and it's a good time. It's got a great song.
Yeah. Let's see.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Number 3, Kubo and the Two Strings. This is another one that, for me, story-wise, is still kind of a mess, but it is just so freaking pretty.
that is the prettiest film. Like maybe just the prettiest film.
Yeah, just ever. It is. I can't believe how much is stop motion still. We watched the behind the scenes.
Almost
thing.
all of it.
I had no idea. I thought because I couldn't tell where the CG began and the puppets ended, but I assumed it was mostly CG. It is definitely not.
That boat is like people put leaves. All
they
those leaves.
make it out of leaves.
It's not completely made out of leaves, but it's completely covered in leaves.
That's really cool.
And almost every leaf pattern is like unique. And it's completely insane.
The giant skeleton guy, he's a lot of fun, and he's huge. Like
he's
huge. The puppet
is
like really big.
Actually, like 40 feet tall.
It's gigantic.
I've seen it in person.
oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah, I think it's the best Laika film probably.
Yeah,
it's been a long time since I've seen Coraline. I haven't seen Box Trolls.
It has been way too long since I've seen Coraline.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that Kubo and the Two Strings is the best one.
They've been making some really big strides, and they started off really strong, so that's cool.
Yes.
I thought some of the choices for actors were kind of strange. Some of the casting was sort of weird. Matthew McConaughey, I didn't get it. And I also didn't know it was him the whole movie, but at the same time I kind of thought, this doesn't really fit. And I was like, oh, it's Matthew McConaughey.
It's kind of a weird choice.
Very
I don't
weird.
think it was a bad choice. I think that he did a pretty good job.
But for what he was given, like, he actually acted. Like, he actually put on a voice, which is very strange.
Yeah.
It's not normally what I would think of him doing. Charlize Theron was good.
It's Charlize Theron.
Yeah, what do you expect? I think the kid was the best part.
He was.
As far as the acting goes, I think he was the best part. Yeah, for me, the coolest part, those sisters.
They were really so cool.
Yeah, they were really cool.
Oh, man. Just, what a good movie.
It was a good movie. It's very entertaining. Very, very, very pretty. It's got some genuine, like, peril and intensity to it, so it's pretty cool. It's a good movie for kids. Like, I think kids could actually really enjoy that movie. It doesn't feel like it's talking down to them or anything like that.
No. Number 2.
Zootopia. This showed up on both of our top 10 Disney movies list, so you can imagine it entered towards the top of the list on here. It's Zootopia. Judy. Judy's a great character. Nick is a great character. A lot of really good characters. Really well animated. It's a great cast.
Yes.
The story is pretty strong. even if it is sort of Crash in a Disney movie, it's way better from what I've heard. I still haven't seen Crash, but from what I've been told, it sucks. But basically, it's a smart sort of satire on what's happening now.
It definitely does a great job at that.
It does, yeah, and it does a good job of sort of it doesn't feel preachy. It doesn't quite feel like it's talking down to the audience still. Another good movie for kids. There's some good sort of intense stuff. Again, they won't feel like they're being talked down to. Yeah, it was Zootopia.
It's just good.
It was a really good time.
We've talked about it plenty of times.
Oh yeah. We had that's probably one of our longest reviews.
I think it's our second longest review. It was also our first review.
It was our very first review.
And we talked about it in our favorite Disney movies, and we probably talked about it in every review in the first half of the year.
So we've talked it to death. You know why we like it. But it was a really good time. Really solid movie.
Yeah. Number one.
La La Land. This was our most anticipated movie from the year.
Oh, by far.
It did not disappoint at all.
Disappoint.
Ever since we saw
Whiplash.
David Chazelle's first movie, Whiplash, as soon as we were walking out of the theater, it was like countdown till his next movie.
Yes.
I have on Netflix DVD right now. I still do Netflix DVDs. I'm 80 years old. I have his very first movie, Guy and Madeline on a Park Bench.
Nice.
Yeah, I really want to watch that. I think he made it in college, or like just after, something like that. Anyway.
I don't think he's very old right now.
No, he's not. I think he's like barely in his 30s. This kid is ridiculously talented. He went to Harvard. And
he's the Lin-Manuel Miranda of movies.
Yeah, he's just been like just making hits right out the gate. Him and Justin Hurwitz, who it was like his roommate in college, and they were like in a band together and stuff. They did an amazing job of putting La La Land together. The music by Justin Hurwitz are fantastic.
Such good music.
Matt and I both have soundtracks and have been obsessing over them. The visuals are just absolutely stunning. That opening scene is just
perfect.
Something to marvel at. If you watch a movie and you're not grinning from ear to ear by the time the opening scene is done, you're not gonna like it.
You're too cynical for life.
You're too cynical. But that being said, we saw this movie twice before we even reviewed it.
Yes.
And part of what's interesting about it is, I think, from the trailers and stuff, I think we were expecting a happier movie. I think that's fair to say.
We were expecting a much happier movie, and it was kind of a downer.
It's a big downer. But watching it twice, really helps with, like, okay, this is a movie that I came in with certain expectations for. Now I know what the movie is. I'm watching it again.
It's definitely better the second time.
Yeah, and it was already great the first time.
It was amazing the first time, so...
That ending is just...
Damien Chazelle knows how to end a freaking movie.
If you ever have trouble finding out how to end a movie, just tweet Damien Chazelle. Be like, here's my story. How do you think it should end? And he'll just come up with something amazing. He's so good. He's definitely the guy to watch out for.
Yes.
He is the upcoming next great auteur, I think. He's really, really talented. I've seen in interviews and stuff he was saying, my last couple movies have all been about music. I want to try and do something different, something a little less obviously autobiographical. So I'm really curious as to what he's going to do.
And it's
next.
kind of like, no, keep making good movies about music. You don't have enough of them.
We'll see.
But
maybe we'll get a great sci-fi movie from David Chazelle. You never know. You never know when he's going to come out. Western. Who knows?
It'd be interesting.
I mean, he'd do it well. The camera work in La La Land is something to behold. There's so much about it. Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling.
They did a great job.
Great chemistry. They both do a great job. Neither of them are like Broadway singers, but that's good for the story. It's sort of downplayed, which is good. It fit the movie. Yeah. We've already talked about it more in depth. We're filming this video first, but I'm predicting that we'll talk about it more in depth in our actual review for La La Land. But
it'll end up being kind of a long review.
I'm breaking our illusion right now.
There are no illusions.
That's fair.
Actually, we did a pretty good job with the illusions in the Harry Potter challenge.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. We'll never tell you. But anyway, La La Land. Easily our number one favorite movies. I haven't, that movie has not left my brain.
No.
I can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, that movie is one for the ages for sure.
Yeah.
It's it is a very close second to Whiplash.
Still definitely prefer Whiplash.
Yeah, Whiplash is just a tighter, better movie, but La La Land is such a big risk that in a way you almost admire it more, just because, I mean, for him to go from this like tiny like chamber like boiler pot movie of like here's these two characters basically in the whole movie, and I'm just gonna it's just like a pinpoint focus. It is so focused. Whereas La La Land is like this huge broad scope, and there's all these giant, musical numbers, and he does a fantastic job. And it still pretty much just focuses on two characters. David Chazelle is very good at keeping focused in his movies.
Yes.
It doesn't ever feel like it's going off in some other direction. Yeah, it's La La Land.
It's La La Land. If you haven't seen it, find a theater that's playing it.
I highly suggest seeing in the theater.
Yeah.
Yes.
See it in the theater. Don't wait for this one to come out on DVD.
It's really worth seeing in the theater. Those, especially that opening scene, like all of it though. All the musical numbers are just something to behold. They're so entertaining. It's really fun to watch with an audience. I kept wanting to clap both times I saw it.
Dude,
I had to keep myself from
especially
clapping.
at the end of the opening number.
Yeah, it's just like it's so good. Like it's like you want to clap. And yeah, possibly my favorite ending from a movie. Possibly my favorite opening. Possibly my favorite ending.
Definitely one of my very favorite openings. The ending is excellent. I'd have to think for a long time.
It is sad.
It is pretty sad.
It's pretty sad. That would probably be the biggest spoiler for the movie I could give to anybody. It's sad. It's actually a big bummer.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. There's literally one flaw in the movie for me, and that's their argument scene.
Oh, you should save it for the review.
Okay, we'll save it for the review. Sorry, we'll talk about it more in depth. I had one gripe, and we will talk about it in our review.
Yeah, you already spoiled it.
Well, not really.
Yeah, fine.
Anyway, those are our top 10 movies of 2016 that we reviewed. So
you'll get a list of our actual 10 favorite movies of the year in the coming who knows when.
Who knows? I don't.
Neither do I.
Happy New Year. Deadpool was our real #1 movie.
Deadpool sucks.
Kind of sucks. Goodbye!